channel.
Hello guys, thank you for staying with us and welcome back to the channel. Final Whistle, the channel that promises to keep you fresh and updated concerning spotlight related stories from fans' reaction to pre and post match analysis and of course in-depth match analysis. Anyway, welcome. It's always nice to have you.
Always a pleasure.
I hope you don't banter me during the course of this production because
why are you scared?
no, you always have a way to get one around me. But that's by the way. Feel free to be part of this conversation on all social media platforms on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our YouTube page at Final Whistle 93. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Anyway, something happened during the course of the Unity Cup campaign, the matches and everything, of which a lot of Nigerian football fans and faithful did not take. Should I say they took it for levity and gravity? And a legend of the game has come outside to question the commitment of a senior player. That if a senior player can do that, imagining the rest of the other players. And this incident happened when Ahmed Musa opted out of camp after just getting barely 12 minutes against Ghana match, citing reasons of wedding as the reason why he left the camp.
Yeah. I think you're talking about John Chukwudi Utaka.
Okay, yeah.
I think he was interviewed in Brilla FM, one of their programs, and he said, I didn't like to quote him, so that I will not quote him out, so talk out of context.
Yeah.
I think he said specifically that by his words, he said, we don't know what discussions were held before Musa went to camp, but this is a national duty. Things have to be done correctly. And you know that you remember that we also talked about.
Yeah, we found at it.
That it's something that I did not expect to see from
a senior
player like Ahmed Musa.
Yeah.
110 caps, if I'm not mistaken. And then all of a sudden, most people have one player that most people have been in the media space agitated for to see him back in the Super Eagles mix. The last time we saw him was at the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire, and then he didn't get minutes.
Yeah.
So that was the last AFCON. Now he's back into the team, and then all of a sudden he just had to leave the camp. At the point we didn't even know what happened. It was later when he left we now heard that he's getting married to his fourth wife. Nobody's against you getting married, but things have to be done appropriately, like John Utaka said, correctly. Now, I would have expected him to have communicated with the coach before now.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my plans. For example, look at Siri Desas. He's also getting married, which is one of the reasons why we have seen him being excused from the Russian friendly.
Initially, before the whole thing.
I expected that means he would have been on the Russian list.
Yeah.
But because he said he had plans to get married, that was why they limited him to the Unity Cup.
Yeah.
The same thing with Stanley Wabali. He has a barrier to attend
5, 5th,
like
and
to
6th.
hold which is his mom's and his dad's barrier. Within that same time, you understand? That was why we saw him being limited to the Unity Cup.
Yeah.
So I think if you have had all of this thing planned out, then there will be no situation. For crying out loud, I will not be shocked if he does not get in the list of Eric chelle again in the World Qualifiers.
Yes. Even me.
But the truth is, I'm happy that to some extent Eric chelle has been justified, because if he did not feature in the Unity Cup, there will still be chatters in the media space when we are going to the World Cup qualifiers that how come Ahmed Musa is on this list. But I'm glad that everybody has seen it play out in our own eyes that this person, when we talk about football, is not there anymore. We saw him in the last 12 minutes. Can you say you are satisfied with what we saw?
No.
Now look at what ended it. You left camp to go and get married. So if we look at all of these things, there are things that you will have also factored out, like, okay, this will have been done in a better way, especially for a senior man like Ahmed Musa.
Yeah, thank you very much, AY. For some of our viewers that don't know the name John Utaka, 44 caps, 6 goals.
Yeah.
So talking about representing the Super Eagles commitment wise and everything, I think he's one of those names that can stand out and advise you. And when he advises you, you should listen. AY, in my own opinion, I'm thinking more of selfishness from Ahmed Musa's part. He wasn't taking the country at hand, because you planned the wedding. Yoruba used to say that one came fire lori leyin, except you had a dead body or something. So definitely, you knew about the wedding.
Yeah,
you understand.
He's getting married now.
Exactly, getting married. You were being selfish that you allowed your name to be included. That is one. You were probably in his own thinking he would get the nod to start the match against Ghana. Then he was not too impressed coming in the 78th minute just to get 12 minutes. Then before you know, we heard rumors that he stormed out of camp. Not even one of the friendly faces that he stormed out of camp. Some chatters were saying he angrily stormed out because he was not so satisfied with the minutes he got. His aim was, okay, let me come, start against Ghana, captain the side, let me walk them out of the tunnel, captain the side against Ghana, then I will not excuse myself from the camp. Talking about the positives of the Unity Cup that we said we're going to achieve in terms of developing players, getting players to improve the Super Eagles, he wasted the slot because 12 minutes of Ahmed Musa did not do us any justice.
He did not.
Even the camping and training, definitely his mind was not in the training. You understand?
He had the play to plan.
Exactly. What happened to the interviews he was granting when he was in camp that he's here fully, 100%. So all those things, are we saying he's just keeping up appearances? So it's more of a selfishness from my own side.
I said it before even the Unity Cup because I felt like I now see Ahmed Musa as the very competitive person, just like Cristiano Ronaldo, that really wants to set a record that would not
be broken.
That might not be broken future, in the long run. The highest cap Super Eagles. But to what extent? Now you are actually affecting the legacies you have set ahead.
Exactly.
Because what about the younger ones that are looking at you and then they see what lessons are you trying to pass
the problem
to them? That I can actually have a wedding and still get into the squad list and leave halfway into the tournament.
I'm telling you.
We were in the AFCON or we were in a major tournament. This is a very good legacy that you have set for yourself. I really am not happy, and I'm happy that another ex-player has come out to condemn it, slammed him and blasted him. And this is what we talk about ex-players, not the Sunday Ulysses.
Yes.
When we have critical issues like this, we expect people that have also played the game to also come and lend their voice to similar things like this. It is not the best decisions that Ahmed Musa has made. Everybody has a front, but I'm going to see it from a very positive angle that regardless of how bad it looks, I am glad that everybody has seen
it.
That Ahmed Musa cannot compete in the Super Eagles anymore. His legs are not there. A few minutes he got, he had to go back to play
right back
because he could not compete with the. Look at the Ghanaian national team, 19 years, 20 years old, are playing. So how do you want to match up with them?
I think Ayu was the most experienced in that squad.
Yeah, 32. So and look at our own Musa 31. So and then you look at the caliber of players that we are getting to bring these days, very young. How do you match up with them? So far so good. You are one of our brilliant players. There's no we will not talk about. We'll talk about Ahmed Musa. We'll not talk about how he has been influential.
No doubt.
Back-to-back goals in the World Cup. We cannot just. He is one of the most influential MPFL player, local Nigerian player that is playing in the league. That's to tell you how good he is. But you know when to leave. You leave when the ovation. And I've said it countless line. But people that have a kind of affiliation to him, people that actually love him, would not probably want to say or want to say or see it in my own way or say to him that as senior man, I think it's best you leave this thing. You hang the boot. But he myself have seen it. I'm not sure. I'm just so certain. No, let me not say I'm not sure. I'm just so certain that Ahmed Musa will not be in the World Cup qualifier list.
So certainly, in my own opinion, and from what happened in the camp, I've always talked about chelle as a coach.
It might not even be as regards what happened in the camp. But if you look at the kind of caliber of players that we've been able to get and the one we are probably going to get from this friendly and all of those things, it will be very hard.
For him to get
it will be very hard. We have enough attackers already.
Where he's playing is our stronghold.
It's our stronghold.
So what are we wing?
Even people have even saying Moses Simon is not giving his best.
Yes, that was you look for another person there. So if Moses Simon is not giving his best, that is playing in Ligue 1 in French.
So what is the fate of Ahmed Musa? So I think, as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad that John Chukwudi Utaka has come out to lend his voice. It makes a lot of sense. These are the kind of things we want to see our ex-players come and lend their voice to, condemn, to slam when it is needed, when things are not working, not working right, not to come and be telling us that you are not a fan of
the coach.
No, we don't need all of those things. We don't need that kind of energy. When things are not working right, you come and address it as an ex-player because you have the ears of the people.
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much, AY. Yes, wise words from John Utaka. I won't lie to you. I was impressed, like you said. These are the kind of words we want to hear from the legend, not to scatter the camp, but to lend voices in terms of advice.
I think he was a winger too.
Yes, he was a winger back in the days. Yes,
bad
winger back in the days. A lot of us, our uncles, our daddies, he played for the likes of Rennes in the Premier League. Name it. You understand? He was one of those standout players that did Nigeria, the Super Eagles, proud. So he has come outside to publicly condemn what Ahmed Musa did, that you can do better in terms of your commitment to the nationality. Well, that's our time. Feel free to comment section and share your opinion concerning John Utaka's words towards Ahmed Musa. We see you guys.